Just a quick announcement before we get started. A quick thank you to everyone who has bought a t-shirt during our campaign. We'd like to thank our partners Inked and Screen for making this campaign possible all the way up until November 15th, where you can get a single-sided t-shirt for $15 or a double-sided t-shirt for $17, as well as $3 decals. So thank you to Inked and Screen for making that happen. If you'd like to order a shirt now, you can go to the merch page on our website at trivialitypodcast.com, or you can go in the show notes of this episode, and we'll make sure that that link is available to you down there. Just a reminder, though, this campaign goes until the 15th, and then prices will revert back to normal. So if you'd like to get a t-shirt, now's the time. We really hope you enjoy this episode with Julia and Lauren of the Misinformation Podcast. It's a fun one.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the show where lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal, and I'm joined in the studio, as always, by the full collective today, Ken, Matt, and Jeff. How's it going, guys?
What up, Triviality Late Night?
Yeah, I like being called the full collective. That's like our band name, maybe.
It's either a collective of artists or a collective of serial killers, one way or another. I don't know.
Well, most of us are certainly not artists, so...
Well, that's everyone can be an artist in their own right, but thank you for joining me today. We have Matt back from the factory. Ken's back from his time machine mini golf game with Marie Curie's great-great-grandson. Oh, you haven't even heard that yet, so you have no idea.
Not at all.
Well, it's okay. You were there.
Well, he was there and then back again.
Yeah.
That's how
Right.
time travel works.
Well,
Yeah, so it's like the butterfly effects or something. I don't know. But we're very, very excited today because we have some returning guests who many of you, I had to tell them before we started, reached out to us and told us how much you loved them, and we wanted to make sure they were back on again. And that's Julia and Lauren from the Misinformation Podcast. How's it going?
Hello.
Hey, guys.
We have a flamboyance of trivia co-hostesses here in Rochester.
Yes.
If you have a collective of artists.
Yeah, so we are a flamboyance.
Ooh,
Yes.
I like that. A flamboyance of and then somewhere in Colorado, there's like a gaggle of trivia hosts or something, maybe.
yeah.
Something like that.
But before we get started, and you guys are actually going to host the game today, just wanted to have a little note here. We had a listener submit a question. I said the name wrong, and I feel bad because I don't like getting anyone's
Shame
name
on
wrong.
you, Neal.
I know.
I've never done that once. Peter Nguyen. Apologize again.
Yeah, Peter's experienced that before. But just wanted to say thank you to Emily Selfi. We apologize that we said your name wrong the first time, and you actually sent us a really nice audio clip, and hopefully with your permission, I'm just going to play it so that everyone else will get it right for the rest of your life, so you don't have to worry about other people getting it wrong. So here it is.
Emily Selfi.
So thank you very much, Emily Selfi.
Yeah, what you should do, please, Emily, is if every time somebody says your name wrong, just ask them to please reference this episode, and then they can download our episode. That would be really great. It's the official record, so hopefully it helps you. It would definitely help us. So thank you. On a quick note, though, I had to look it up because when you said you were a flamboyance, I was pretty sure that was an animal group too, and it is. It's a flamboyance of flamingos.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, hell yeah.
Ooh, we love
Still not wrong. Yeah.
Love
That's
flamingos
one of
here.
Lauren's favorite trivia topics.
Well,
is
hold
all
on.
the different
Don't
ones.
ruin their
Animal
upcoming
groups.
questions here because they're about to host a game for us.
They are about to host a game for us,
hell
and
yeah.
it is not about Pink Flamingos, John Waters' classic, but
You already ruined one of my questions coming up when you texted us Gritty, the new Philadelphia Flyers mascot.
The orange grimace, as I
Looks
call
like a drunken Muppet.
just give it 3 weeks. I still won't know it.
Well, I love I told the guys here that my favorite take of it was someone on Twitter, and all they said was, "Man, Gritty's seen some." Well, Julia and Lauren, you guys are coming to us from Rochester, New York. You have an awesome podcast, but this time, why don't you just tell us a little bit about what you've been up to, and there's some pretty exciting news in the future. It sounds like.
Yes. Both Julia and I happen to be on 2 episodes of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, a little game show that's been on the air for quite a while.
I believe I've
How
heard of
is
that.
Regis? Wait.
Regis is no longer with us.
Oh no.
On the game
R.I.P.
show.
Oh,
He's
okay.
still alive.
We
Yeah.
preemptively call people dead
Oh
all
my
the
God,
time.
I know.
That's
Who,
my
that's
problem.
my
Who
fault.
hosts it now? Terry Crews?
It's Chris Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh.
Of
The Bachelor.
Yes. And can I tell you, so handsome.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Yeah, they
suits.
care.
I hear it's a
Fit as
prerequisite.
hell. No. They need to know.
We do want
I appreciate handsome men. I will say that.
Thank you. And also, not a stitch of work done on his face.
Ooh.
He is
Yes.
au naturel, and he looks great. No
Well,
filler, nothing. He looks
Good
really,
for
really
him.
good.
That's always exciting. You never know in Hollywood. You never know how much
I
work
can almost
someone's
never
had.
say good for them. I'm just so envious of handsome men like that.
Yeah, it was a great experience. We were in the middle of the desert in Las Vegas for
awful.
like 3 days, and it was 120 degrees. But we went on a game show.
Yeah.
Sounds like our
It
studio.
was wild. Yeah.
That's really awesome. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, but in Vegas it's a dry heat.
Oh, that's
Our
what-
studio
Yeah,
is
that's
not.
the humidity over.
Yeah, anyone who's
Yeah.
been in this studio before, they know how terrible and humid it is in here.
It's a smelly sauna.
Well, I think today me and Matt are going to team up again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be Gritty today. Gritty the drunken Muppet.
Gritty the
Okay,
Drunken
Gritty.
Muppet.
I'm going to write it down. Gritty.
Yeah.
Gritty the Muppet.
Let's do a mascot showdown. So we can either be
Ooh, I
Benny
like
the
that.
Bull local, or we could be the Philly Fanatics. Because it's Philadelphia themed, I guess. We're not even in Philly, but we'll be the Philly Fanatics.
No,
Fanatics.
You want to be the Fanatics? Okay. Gritty and the Fanatics.
And before we start, I know some people who listen to the show know about you already, but where can they find your podcast first here, and then we'll remind them at the end of the show.
Misinformation is on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, whatever it's called now, Google Play, Stitcher, and any other podcast app.
Using our RSS feed.
Well, wonderful. Julie and Lauren had a very, very special gift they sent us. They actually paid for our rules guy to record in their home our rules, and then they emailed it to us and said, hey, he did a brand new take. Why don't you guys play it? And so here it is from Julie and Lauren.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
Oh, I'm talking about all the way to the top, yeah.
Man, it's so different, but almost the same.
The acoustics in that room, amazing.
Could barely tell the
Yeah,
difference.
they're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, take it away.
Awesome. All right, here we go with our first round. Question 1. The Powerpuff Girls, 3 superheroes created by Professor Utonium, have powers including flight, super speed, super strength, and X-ray vision. Don't lose your confidence and tell us the name of the villainous chimpanzee who is the Powerpuff Girls' archenemy.
I'm good.
You remember this one?
Oh, I knew
We're
Ken would
locked
know
in.
it. I know the show, and I'm just so bad with names in general, as the beginning told us. Anything, Jeff?
Yeah, I feel really bad about this one because I'm a fan of Genny Tartakovsky and his work. He did Dexter's Lab. The monkey in that one was M, though, I think. And
Okay.
I think this one might be a similar one like Umgatu or something like that, but I don't quite remember
If you said Umgatu, that's pretty specific to come off your gut. So you want to go with Umgatu?
Yes.
Something random like, I don't know, Mgatu.
Okay, yeah, we're going to lock in with Umgatu.
It could be totally
It's
wrong.
very specific for being a wrong answer. I believe it's Mojo Jojo.
It is Mojo Jojo.
The answer is Mojo Jojo.
Now I need to look up what the monkey is in Dexter's Lab. Or ape.
A bit more information about Mojo Jojo. He was the professor's reckless lab assistant named Jojo before Professor Utonium created the Powerpuff Girls. And he was in the same accident that created the girls, giving Jojo super intelligence.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, great show.
All right, question 2. Which famous German composer was charged with prowling and vagrancy in 1820 when he was picked up by the Baden police for peeping into windows in the moonlight? His rap sheet didn't specify if he was looking for Elise.
German composer. I have one here.
Please.
I have one here, Jeff. I don't know if that's too simple though. Oh, geez. Okay.
You good?
Yes, we are
Okay.
good.
Okay, so couple German composers. Wagner is too late for that. I think Brahms might be German. But the thing that is jogging my memory is Fair Elise is a romantic
yeah.
period song. I think that was Beethoven,
That,
and he is German.
yeah, that is the name of the song that everyone knows.
All right, let's go with Beethoven.
Yeah, luckily we had the question read again because we didn't hear the clue until the second time, but we went with our old friend Ludwig von Beethoven.
You are both correct. It is Beethoven.
Extra points for Gritty for pronouncing it the correct German way of Beethoven.
So Beethoven was promptly arrested by a policeman who mistook him for a tramp and threw him in jail, even when Beethoven insisted that he was one of the finest composers of his generation.
And they're
Yes,
like,
I've seen
tell it
paintings.
to the judge.
Yeah.
I get it.
Can't you be both a great composer and also a tramp?
Hey, Charlie
Nowadays,
Chaplin was.
sure.
Yeah.
Charlie Chaplin was a tramp and a very good composer.
Yes.
Of films.
He was.
Question 3. Within $100. In 1976, Apple co-founder Ronald Wayne sold back his 10% stake in the company to Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak for how much money?
Oh,
I just heard this, but
sad. You call it.
he did not want to be a millionaire,
It could
apparently.
be lower than that even. But
We're locked in.
I had a number stuck in my head immediately as $600, so we locked in with $600.
I wrote $5. Jeff wrote 500, and we ended up going 500.
Okay. Well, it was supposed to be within $100, so neither of you actually got it. It was $800.
Oh wow, so close.
So Ronald Wayne actually drew the first Apple logo. He wrote their original partnership agreement, and he wrote the Apple I manual. So a year after leaving Apple, Wayne received $1,500 for his agreement to forfeit any claims against the new company. And as of August 2018, if Wayne had kept his 10% stake in Apple, it would have been worth over $100 billion, making him the second richest man on Earth.
100.
Speaking of which,
billion
Jeff,
dollars.
are you interested in selling your Triviality stake for $10?
yeah, that's fine.
Our company
Actually, yeah.
evaluation is actually over that, so I'm getting a good deal.
It is not negative anymore.
That's good.
All right, question 4. The Pixar film Ratatouille centers on an ambitious young French rat named Remy who basically violates every health code in order to fulfill his dream of becoming a chef. What is the name of the human character that Remy manipulates like a marionette into cooking brilliantly, though he may not have tried his hand at pasta?
I'm going to be limited help
Do you
here.
know?
No, I've actually never seen Ratatouille.
So
Ratatouille is the only Pixar movie I've never
You
seen.
have nothing to
Absolutely
offer.
nothing.
Okay, we're locked in.
I could, yeah.
Okay, so can you think of pasta brands, like names of pasta brands?
Not.
It's French though. I mean, his name was probably like Louis or Jean or something. Patton Oswalt played Ratatouille. Do you want to go with Louis? I don't know why. I can't remember the movie.
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna lock in with Louis. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I remember he had a weird name, and you said something about pasta. Maybe his name is Linguini.
I was actually thinking linguine too.
All right, the answer is Alfredo Linguini.
All right.
So Gritty got it.
Oh,
That's how we play. We play gritty, you know?
with your
We're grinders.
with your eyes bulged out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wacky eyes.
I like
All right,
how Gritty has Google eyes, but he also has like a Google torso.
I feel like this
They
mascot's
also
really
said
growing
that
on you.
smoke
It's
comes out
horrific.
of his ears.
It's horrific. It's so bad.
She said smoke comes out of his ears. Is that crazy?
Yeah, that's a fun feature
for the
about this
kids.
mascot.
That's a terrifying, nightmare-inducing feature. I don't think they thought that through.
Hey kids, you got a quarter?
It's awful.
All right, question 5. Well, speaking of food, in 2014, a fellow named Zach Brown went viral when he created a Kickstarter page with an initial goal of $10 to make a batch of what popular picnic side dish. He definitely would have been able to afford a top-of-the-line refrigerator after this stunt.
Okay, so I remember this,
So do I.
but not well enough.
So I'm usually up on the memes, as the kids say.
I am not.
It's just a guess, though. So if you know it, go for it.
I asked what is a Facebook about 20 minutes ago. So
No, that's right.
All right, we're locked in.
I just wrote an answer that I thought sounded funny, and Matt says that's right. So
Yeah, it was something where he asked for like $30, and then he said if he got it higher and higher, he kept making more elaborate versions of it. And I believe it was potato salad.
Ooh, Jeff, on the ball. We said potato salad as well.
The answer is potato salad.
Good job.
Oh.
So his Kickstarter post went viral, and he ultimately received about $55,000 from 6,900 people.
Oh my god!
And his description was, quote, basically, I'm just making potato salad. I haven't decided what kind
God,
yet.
we need to start a Kickstarter.
yeah, I'll give him a buck.
How crazy is everything that goes viral like this? You know, I mean, like,
But here's the thing: I'd be willing to give $1 to anybody who made me laugh.
that's true.
So yeah, I should start one. That's good at making people laugh, and then maybe we'll get a billion.
Well, after 5,
100 billion.
unfortunately, the fanatics over here only have 20 points. What do you guys have?
We have 40.
40. Okay, well, it's a tight game, but we're not playing too well today.
We're crashing the net. Playing a gritty,
Yeah, you guys have been offsides a couple times.
You got to be
in
careful.
other
You might
hockey
get
terms.
called for, interfering with the goalie.
More of that.
Wow, you guys, your
sporting.
hockey analogies are flawless.
Yeah.
Can I just say?
I don't know. I don't know what they're
We're
saying.
just playing a good, clean north-south game. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. I'm just so proud.
Yeah.
Question 6. In London's St. Pancras churchyard is an ash tree surrounded by hundreds of overlapping weathered gravestones, relocated there when Britain's railroad expansion forced the exhumation of hundreds of remains in the 1860s. One of the workers tasked with this project was which English author who, fittingly, went on to write Far from the Madding Crowd and is now the namesake of this robust tree.
Books are my arch nemesis.
I don't think
It's
I'd
not a
brag
very
about
dangerous
that.
life,
I would,
then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't brag about
I
that.
can
He's terribly afraid of paper cuts.
Yeah.
I can write something if you want.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas, Jeff, on this author?
No, I'm not familiar, unfortunately.
All right,
Far from the
we'll
Manning.
lock in.
You're gonna lock in.
If Matt has no clue, right?
Correct.
I know the work. I'm so bad at remembering authors. You have nothing.
No, unfortunately, I don't.
I feel bad this game. Normally we're on it together, but not tonight. So what we're gonna lock in with is the book is autobiographical and it's from the Madden crowd. And it's gonna be Richard Madden from Game of Thrones.
Not John Madden.
Robaba Stark.
We just said Byron. We don't know.
Okay. The author is Thomas Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
And this is called Hardy's Tree. It's so his solution when he had to move all these gravestones was to place them in a circular pattern around an ash tree in the churchyard in a spot that wouldn't be disturbed by the railway. So it's really striking when you go and visit. It's like one of the attractions when you go to that cemetery. If you're a person that likes to visit cemeteries.
Are you cemetery people?
Hell yeah. I grew up
tend
next
to
to
be,
one.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm an archivist, and so it's like a cemetery is kind of another place for memory, and it's nice to see people be memorialized that way. So
I'm just a big old creep. So
I was listening, but I was also doing some Tom Hardy grunts.
There was
Ken and I always make the joke that every Tom Hardy performance, you're going to get a lot of just.
Well, it's funny if you were
He's a
asking
fine actor, though.
if they liked cemeteries, because we went to 2 separate cemetery sites in Boston and then in Salem. So
True.
Oh, we did. You're right. Yeah, and I came out of one. So
We're hanging around some graves.
yeah.
Crypt Keeper never showed up.
Nope.
Question 7. He truly had the worst seat in the house. Who was sitting in the Lincoln's box at Ford's Theater with the president, first lady, and his fiancée, Clara Harris, on the night of April 14th, 1865?
These are such great questions because this is all things that I've read and I just did not store away.
I just saw this.
This is the era where I let Ken usually take charge.
No books, no Civil War history.
No, just memes and sports.
This is post Civil War.
Well,
by like
maybe
4
the
days.
thing. Maybe the thing I heard was about the doctor who attended to
Lincoln,
Lincoln.
Dr.
That's what I think I heard about.
McDreamy.
Dr. Feelgood.
Dr. Acula.
These are all good doctors.
We're just going to lock in. Jeff's just kind of staring at me, so we're just going to lock in.
All right.
Let's go with Barry Todd.
Barry Todd.
Okay.
Mary's twin brother,
That's right,
Barry.
Barry.
Yeah. Lost to history.
I feel like they have some weird relation to Booth or Lincoln, but I cannot pull who it is.
I'm sure they do. I think they might. I remember reading this article and I'm just mad. Anyway, we just put Frederick Douglass, which is incorrect.
Okay, the answer is Major Henry Rathbone.
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 It's just one of those names that you'll just have to commit that to your trivia bank.
So
I'll never forget it.
Until the next time.
Because of Shanghai Knights. The villain is Rathbone, played by Littlefinger from Game of Thrones.
I'm not going to forget it
great.
because
Eden Gillen?
Connected.
of Jackson Rathbone from the Twilight series.
There you go.
That's how I'm going to remember it.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so was I.
His great,
too.
great.
Grandfather.
Yep.
Takes all kinds.
So when John Wilkes Booth entered the president's box, Rathbone attempted to apprehend him after he saw Booth shoot the president. But Booth slashed Rathbone's arm with a dagger from his elbow all the way to his shoulder.
Oh my God.
And so Rathbone, like for the rest of his life, had to deal with this, like, what if he had been able to stop the president from getting assassinated? And what if he had gotten Booth, right then? So his mental health really went downhill. It's a really bad story.
Yeah, it's awful.
But question 8, it's an analogy. Okay. So a non-functioning laser pointer is to eBay as fluid concepts and creative analogies, computer models of the fundamental mechanisms of thought, is to what?
This is the hardest analogy I've ever heard in my whole life.
You have nothing on this?
No, I'm just wishing that somebody would simulate me smarter.
All right. We'll lock in.
Okay. So we're looking for, obviously, the second part's a website.
Seems like a website, yeah. Google?
Yeah, I mean, I said 4chan just because that's where there's a lot of stupid nonsense. And that would be my equivalent of a laser pointer. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't. We can do Google because it's a big idea.
Okay.
Just lock in with Google.
That's whatever Matt was talking about for you.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. We put Craigslist.
Okay. The first item sold on eBay was a non-functioning laser pointer.
Oh, yeah.
And the first item sold on Amazon was a book called Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies,
That makes
Computer
sense.
Models of the Fundamental Mechanisms of Thought.
Gotcha.
Really long title. Unfortunate, but
Well, at least we got that it was a website.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was very
Yeah.
good. I thought
makes
you guys
sense.
were gonna get it. I thought Gritty had the lead on that one.
Yep.
But it's all right. It's okay.
We
We
fell
got
off.
2 more rounds.
Yeah.
They got dehydrated and they couldn't finish the marathon.
Get sent to the penalty box. Hockey.
all right. Question 9. In 2000, a group of Canadians took umbrage with their government's bailout of several professional athletic organizations. The Canadian Taxpayers Federation urged Canadians to express their anger, not by dropping their gloves, but by mailing what to then Prime Minister Jean Chrétien?
All right, we're locked in.
So initially I wrote down Squid because I know they do that in hockey, but Jeff
That's
said
Detroit.
Detroit. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be so gross to mail.
There's like a
Well, they're angry though.
I guess.
We wrote down a puck, a maple syrup. I wrote down, and then
One maple syrup.
and then
like if you were like a really upset Canadian, what would you do, eh?
I would write a letter that said sorry to make them even more sorry than I was.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
They're nice. Why? They're probably not going to send anything like terrible, right? Because they're too nice. So, let's either go strongly worded letter or a puck.
Whatever you want.
All right, we're going to go strongly worded letter.
Yeah.
I've got no bearing.
So my initial thought was something like a red card or yellow card because that'd be like foul kind of thing,
That
but
makes
that's
sense.
more soccer, and obviously not the national sport of Canada, which is
Curling?
hockey. So we ended up just going with a puck.
The answer is hockey pucks.
All right.
Yay.
Gritty, taking
Pretty.
it home.
Thanks for making this a two-way road here, Jeff. Saying
What'd you
Help
guys
you
go
out.
with?
strongly worded letter, and I said between that and puck, go whatever you want. Could have pushed me into the puck area.
Yeah.
Push you into the crease.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Question 10. It's almost time to lay back and relax. Which state capital is the only one with an autochthonous name? That is, its indigenous name, rather than the one given by colonists or migrants.
I think we're in.
Has the beast awoken? Oh man! All you had to do was just say "Go puck." That seems like a more legit answer. Okay, you're locked in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeff first wrote down Tallahassee.
Oh.
I like Honolulu. That's a good one. That's indigenous.
Honolulu means like bay or something like that. I can't remember.
We wrote a trivia question about a long time ago. That's
I'd be inclined to think that might be the right one. Juneau, Alaska, potentially.
okay. Diablo Cody. So Tallahassee and Honolulu.
Different spelling.
Different spelling. Do you have a pinpoint to either? I'm just gonna go. You figure it out like you did to me. You pick one.
That's fine. I'll go with my gut. I'll stick with Tallahassee.
I believe the capital of Wyoming is Cheyenne, and that's what we're locking in with, Wyoming.
All right. Unfortunately, the answer is Honolulu, Hawaii.
See how that feels?
It's okay.
We're on the same team.
So the Dole Fruit Company didn't see it fit to change it, or
So Honolulu was founded by the indigenous people of Hawaii as long as 2,000 years ago, and it translates to sheltered harbor or sheltered bay. Honolulu, the most remote city of its size in the world, and is also the westernmost major U.S. city.
There you go.
Have you guys ever been to Hawaii?
We have not.
I have not.
We
no.
haven't. I haven't either. It'd be fun to go. Anyone else?
Great story.
Yeah, let's go. We should go. You guys
We're
want to
planning
go?
a trip, or what is this?
Yeah, let's all go.
Jeff's been.
I have.
If you get
Jeff can't come.
Yeah,
on.
Patreon subscribers.
You know what? I'm almost positive that there is a layover in Chicago O'Hare on our way to Honolulu from
pick us up.
here.
Oh yeah,
So we can meet you guys at the airport.
All right, new stretch goal.
that new stretch.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Done.
After the first round, Team Fanatics has 20 points and Team Gritty has 50 points. So we're having a mutiny over here, but we'll deal with it during the swing round.
Got the gritty fitty.
Yeah. What do you guys have in store for us today?
All right. So for our halftime swing round, last time we were on, we requested more romantic comedy questions.
Yes.
So this time
Absolutely.
we brought our own. Devoted fans of rom-coms know that there are only like a dozen different interesting and glamorous occupations given to these movie protagonists. For 5 points each, we'll name 3 actors and the rom-com in which they starred, and you name what occupation they all had in common. So, for example, if I said Kristen Bell in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Catherine Zeta-Jones in America's Sweethearts, and Julia Roberts in Notting Hill, you would say...
We're just a
Actress.
boy standing in front of you. Oh, yeah. Actress.
Actress.
Yes. Very good. Want me to start? Okay. All right. Here we go. Number 1, Michelle Moynihan in Maid of Honor, Kristen Bell in When in Rome, and Jennifer Aniston in The Breakup. Question number 2, Ralph Fiennes in Made in Manhattan, Hugh Grant in Love Actually, and Kevin Kline in Dave.
Okay.
Oh, I know that one.
Number 3, Kate Hudson in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Jennifer Garner in 13 Going on 30, and Justin Timberlake in Friends with Benefits.
So I think I might know that one too.
Yeah, I've seen 13 going on 30 a bunch of times.
I actually haven't seen a single one of these films.
Good movie.
Number 4, Audrey Hepburn in Funny Face, Hugh Grant in Notting Hill, and Meg Ryan in You've Got Mail.
They're clowns, right?
I take it back. I have seen one of these films.
Question number 5, Whitney Houston in Waiting to Exhale, Katherine Heigl in Knocked Up, and Rachel McAdams in Morning Glory.
Number 6, Mark Ruffalo in Just Like Heaven, Matthew Perry in Fools Rush In, and Tom Hanks in Sleepless in Seattle. Number 7, Kate Hudson in Bride Wars, Christina Applegate in The Sweetest Thing, and Sandra Bullock in 2 Weeks' Notice.
Neal's gonna kill us.
Oh, yeah.
Number 8, Audrey Tautou in Amelie, Jennifer Aniston in Along Came Polly, and Virginia Madsen in Sideways.
Okay,
Got
I'm
that one.
very proud to say that Amelie is one I've seen because that film is brilliant
Yeah.
and gorgeous.
It's one of my
It's so
favorites.
beautiful.
Number 9, Meg Ryan in French Kiss, Anne Hathaway in Bride Wars, and Diane Lane in Must Love Dogs.
Bride Wars, second appearance.
And then number 10, be specific, Kate Winslet in The Holiday, Jennifer Aniston in Rumor Has It, and James Marsden in 27 Dresses.
Just talked about 27 Dresses because I am James Marsden from 27 Dresses.
Are you?
All right, get the out of here and discuss. And
I am.
me
All
and
right.
Matt all try to figure this out.
All the answers are locked in from one of my favorite rounds of all time. Thank you, Julian Lauren.
We did put wedding planner for like 5 of these, I'm pretty sure, right?
There's at least 3.
Okay, here we go. Swing round. Question number 1, Michelle Monaghan in Maid of Honor, Kristen Bell in When in Rome, and Jennifer Aniston in The Breakup.
So Team Fanatics, we went art dealer.
We said general marketing.
General marketing. Okay, the answer was art gallery owner / curator. So we're going to give that to the Fanatics.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, anytime.
I mean, a lot of good
that's a
art
good
galleries are good art dealers, I would hope.
Yeah.
I forgot about that movie trope, the art gallery.
Well, when Neal was like, I feel like she's an art dealer, and I was like, well, it's not on the list somewhere, so I feel like it needs to be on this
The only
list.
reason I wrote that is she goes to I believe it's the Guggenheim at the end. There's a chase scene with Josh Duhamel, and there's
the big chase
art.
scene, yeah.
And that because she throws a coin.
There's art there.
She throws a coin in Rome in the fountain, wanting to be with Josh Duhamel, and then her
That's
life goes
when
crazy.
Is that when she's in Rome? Is that how that
She
works?
is in Rome,
Okay.
yeah. And her husband is in the movie. Her
Also,
future husband.
art dealer in Nocturnal Animals. Not a romantic comedy, though.
No.
Yes. Yeah, don't go into
No,
that
it
one
is
thinking it's
not.
romantic comedy, yeah.
I will admit that I actually haven't seen most of these movies.
This is a Julia round.
This is a Julia round only.
So Julia and myself are very much on the same wavelength.
Kindred
Yes.
spirits.
Yes.
Kindred spirits. All right, here we go. Number 2. Rafe Fiennes in Made in Manhattan, Hugh Grant in Love Actually, and Kevin Kline in Dave.
Okay. So Hugh Grant, one of my favorite performances in Love Actually, he becomes the prime minister. So just to be blanket, we went politician.
Very good.
Oh, we put prime minister.
Ooh, are we going to give it to him?
I mean, like, Dave wasn't a prime minister.
That's true. He was a president.
Which is a
You know
kind
what?
of prime
We'll
minister.
give it to you.
Yeah, we'll
Hey,
give it
all
to you.
right.
We knew one of them.
Yeah, it's
The answer is politicians, we said.
Okay.
But
Was Ray Fiennes a prime minister?
No.
He was like a senator or something in Made
yeah.
in Manhattan.
He was a Nazi officer. Oh, wait, that's Schindler's List. My bad.
Yeah, you're mistaking J-Lo's performance in Schindler's List for her performance in
gotcha.
Made in Manhattan.
Also
it's a
not a romantic
common
comedy.
mix-up.
Yeah.
They're so similar. Okay, question 3. Kate Hudson in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Jennifer Garner in 13 Going on 30, and Justin Timberlake in Friends with Benefits.
So Justin Timberlake is headhunted by, oh my God, I just had a really bad brain fart.
God.
Sorry. Mila Kunis to work at GQ. And I didn't know how specific he wanted, so I put that they work at a magazine. We could say that they were journalists, but I said they work at a magazine. So.
Yeah, and we put magazine editor, general magazine.
Excellent.
Points for you both.
Points
All right.
for both. Also, Neal, can I tell you, I am so proud. My heart has grown 3 sizes today with your knowledge of romantic
We
comedies.
knew
It
this was
makes
going to
me.
happen.
Yeah.
Some people might know on the podcast, my guilty pleasure, not even
You're
guilty
not
pleasure.
guilty.
I'm not guilty about it. I love romantic comedies, and if I could watch them every day, I would.
I like how he walked into the other room. He's like, Colleen, this is the best swing round ever. He's like, I can't believe you make me watch these movies. And then we both laughed.
Because she doesn't.
That's it's bringing people together. Question number 4. Audrey Hepburn in Funny Face, Hugh Grant in Notting Hill, and Meg Ryan in You've Got Mail.
Ken inspired this answer for wearing a red carnation on his lapel, so he said bookstore owner.
See, and I thought they were authors.
It is bookstore owner.
Yes, and we will not take authors, unfortunately.
I mean, Meg Ryan wrote emails. That's a kind of author.
I mean, sure. But that won't get you points.
No.
Sorry. All right. Number 5, Whitney Houston in Waiting to Exhale, Katherine Heigl in Knocked Up, and Rachel McAdams in Morning Glory.
We didn't know how specific you wanted us to be. Rachel McAdams, I believe, does go to become an anchor at one point. She's like a TV producer. So we just put TV producer / anchor.
And we just went with TV anchor.
We'll give it to you.
We'll give it
It's
to you. Yep.
television.
Yeah.
We have TV producer.
Okay.
All right, number 6. Mark Ruffalo in Just Like Heaven, Matthew Perry in Fools Rush In, and Tom Hanks in Sleepless in Seattle.
Mark Ruffalo came into the studio as a ghost, still in love with us, and he said, I just wish I could have still been an architect.
Oh, architect. We
You've
didn't
seen
have,
that
I have
movie.
architect though here.
Hold on, wait a minute. I got to figure out when I saw this movie. Why did I see this movie?
Because you're a huge Reese Witherspoon fan.
Yeah. That's
No,
probably
it's
what it
just
is.
Legally Blonde. Sorry.
No, Sweet
Legally
Home
Blonde.
Alabama.
Was it on in a waiting room?
Anyway, we put radio DJ to be incorrect.
The answer is architect. And can I tell you, pretty much every movie I looked at where like a man had a job,
Yep,
he was an
architect.
architect.
Yeah.
There were so many to choose from.
It's the sexiest of jobs.
It kind of is.
How
'cause
many
you're-
architects do you know in
Besides
real life, though?
longshoremen, am I right?
That's
Heyo.
true. You know, the only... Yeah, that's
You're
true.
not wrong.
The only architect that I know in life, though, is a woman. She's very good at it. And I don't know any men that are architects, although I feel like That's what guys always say they want to be. Like they're
No,
just
they
saying.
don't. Guys
That's
in
what they
movies
tell
They wanted
always-
people
to
they wanna-
pretend to be
Yeah.
one.
They
That's
always
true.
want to be pretend to be architects.
But they
Speaking
can't do
of
physics.
architects, let me toss it over to my favorite romantic comedy, possibly 500 Days of Summer, right? Architect in
yeah.
that one.
Yeah, he's also a douchebag.
Yeah, he's the villain.
He's the villain. Yeah.
Yeah.
500
two
Days of
things.
Summer is like a gateway romantic comedy for a lot of dudes, a lot of college dudes. I've noticed.
That's a good way to. Yeah, when they're in
Yeah.
their room, sad, like eating
Yeah.
pizza alone.
Man, I
Yeah,
thought I was
exactly.
I thought I was going deep, but all right.
Then Adventureland, probably.
I guess I just dabble.
You dabble. That's all right.
He's a social romantic
Yeah.
comedy only. Number 7, Kate Hudson in Bride Wars, Christina Applegate in The Sweetest Thing, and Sandra Bullock in 2 Weeks' Notice.
Quid Pro Crow, Jeff.
Quid Pro Crow.
Sorry,
That's your title for this episode.
I have a cut on the inside of my mouth. Full disclosure, and I'm having a lot of trouble speaking correctly. But anyway, Jeff, what did we write?
Just a simple country lawyer.
Okay. We figured there had to be a wedding planner somewhere on here, so we said wedding planner.
The answer is a lawyer.
Oh. I say.
That's as wrong as possible.
Yeah, probably.
Number 8, Audrey Tautou in Amelie, Jennifer Aniston in Along Came Polly, and Virginia Madsen in Sideways.
This is the only one I could not remember for the life of me, and I'm very disappointed. I wasn't sure if it was like pet store owner or something, but we actually just went with writer.
This is the only one that Ken was really sure on.
Yeah.
It says it's a waitress.
Amelie's like one of my favorite movies, probably top 5.
That's great.
Lovely.
This is wonderful. The answer is Waitress.
Nice job.
I thought it would be too on the nose if I put Carrie Russell in Waitress.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. Although that is a lovely movie. I like
great.
that one too.
So good.
Nathan Fillion, never handsomer.
Yeah, he's great in that
What a
movie.
great doctor.
He is.
Good doctor.
Firefly.
He aims to
I know what that
misbehave.
is.
Firefly.
They're like,
Yep.
No, Firefly.
Oh, bad stuff.
Oh no, I don't disagree. He might have been more handsome, but I like the ruggedness plus the handsome
Okay.
of
Rugged
Firefly.
handsome.
You don't want Jeremy
Yeah.
Sisto in that movie.
No.
Number 9, Meg Ryan in French Kiss, Anne Hathaway in Bride Wars, and Diane Lane in Must Love Dogs.
So Anne Hathaway, when she's coming down the aisle, Kate Hudson put an embarrassing video when they're going to get married, and so she had to break up with Chris Pratt. Spoiler alert! But she's a teacher in her normal day-to-day life.
No, we put kissing booth operator, right? No, we didn't.
No.
What did we put?
Show me wedding planner.
The answer is teacher. And then finally, this was the one we needed you to be specific. Kate Winslet in The Holiday, Jennifer Aniston in Rumor Has It, and James Marsden in 27 Dresses.
So for this one, the whole movie is about Katherine Heigl. She's always a bridesmaid, never a bride, and she has 27 dresses. And James Marsden writes wedding announcements and wants to become a better journalist. And so he writes about Katherine Heigl and it kind of breaks them up and they get back together. But anyway, hates weddings and he writes wedding announcements.
We thought he helped her find the 27 dresses and was a personal shopper.
You are correct. The answer is
We are
wedding writer,
Oh, not
wedding
us.
columnist. Sorry, not gritty. Fanatic.
Fanatics.
Yeah. Neal, you are killed this round. Killed it.
He wasn't
dead.
lying.
Good job.
He's
Thank
serious
you.
about his rom-coms.
Thank you. I have to carry this team now when Jeff pushed me off of Puck. So I'll do it gladly. And then we're going to get back
You'll
together.
write him a
He
strongly
ran
worded
you into
letter.
the boards.
He did. He ran me into the boards. Yes. So after that amazing swing round,
Pat yourself on the back. I
no,
mean, fair enough.
no,
but
not because of me. The questions were amazing. That's why. We have 65 of the Fanatics, and Team Gritty has 70. So we close the
Holding
gap.
on.
Close the gap.
Hanging on.
Nice job. All right, here we go. Question number 1. One of the longest words in the English language, the actual definition of this tongue twister is a political position that developed in 19th century Britain in opposition to liberal proposals for the removal of the Anglican Church's status as the state church of England, Ireland, and Wales. So what's this 28-letter word?
I'm locked in.
Perfect. Me too, then.
28-letter word.
I don't even know.
Kerfuffle.
That's probably
like
a little short.
12.
Kerfuffle.
I'm sure this is one of those words that we've heard throughout history.
Maybe. I feel like I should know it better, though.
I know. Is there any guess you want to put in? Because we don't have to keep. We're not going to figure it out. I don't think. But
No, I suffer from hippopotamonstrous escopedaliophobia.
We'll go with that. Whatever you
That's
said.
the fear of long words.
Have you been practicing that at home?
Sweet irony.
No,
That's
it's just
great.
one I know from like being a kid.
The pronunciation was exquisite.
All right, Ken, what do you guys got?
So you're going with hippopotamonstrous escopedaliophobia?
Yeah.
We're going to go with anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Oh.
The answer, in fact, is anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Though I do believe hippopotamonstrous escopedaliophobia is a little longer,
It
but
is.
It does not mean that.
Doesn't match the
there's
definition
I think
here.
there's one longer than it that's a medical condition.
There's
too,
quite a
right?
lot of them. You're
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
volcanic
Wrong.
ultramicroscopic volcanosilicosis?
Perhaps.
Yeah, black lung disease. Yeah.
So anti-disestablishmentarianism is actually the longest English word that is not technical or medical,
Neat.
and is non-coined, like
Cool.
completely made up. Okay.
Awesome.
Question number 2.
The important thing
Ooh.
is I got points.
Yes, that is very important. Don't worry, I got it dark on your scoreboard here. Okay. Number 2. Who was the first pope of the 20th century? Here's a hint. His devotion was right there in his papal name.
We're locked in.
Okay. No,
Oh.
your popes.
Okay. Jeff wrote what, Jeff?
Pious.
Pious. I'm inclined to believe him.
Yep, we're going pious as well.
Great. He was specifically Pius the 10th.
9, 10.
But I'm going to
Yeah.
give it to you.
Get it.
I'll give it to
We
you.
both get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He served from 1903 to 1914, and he was born, here we go, Giuseppe Melchiorre Sarto.
Ooh, great
Oh,
pronunciation.
She sang it.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you.
sang
You know,
that.
It's a
you
beautiful
got to
German
sing it.
name.
That's what the Italians
Let
do.
her rip.
And you got to do this. You got to do the fingers,
Fingers.
in a
Yeah,
pinching.
I wish you guys.
Antonio Margarete.
Wish you could all see us doing it right now.
Dominique De Coco.
I like a
Angelo
spaghetti.
Linguini.
Joe
All right, here we-
Piscopo.
Things that are getting cut.
How dare you? Okay. Question number 3. Name that director. Often billed mononymously, this film director is known for his lush, exotic set designs and is best known for movies like The Cell, The Fall, and Mirror, Mirror.
Isn't The Cell that terrible Jennifer Lopez movie?
No, it is a Jennifer Lopez movie, but is
Yeah.
it terrible?
I thought
Ladies?
so.
You're like,
I have not seen it in its entirety. I find it to be interesting, if not well acted.
okay.
It's
Well-
a, it's a
helps.
mixed bag.
Well, what Matt put fits the criteria, and I can't think of another director that fits that criteria, so we're locked in.
God, I know this name. Oh, I can't believe I'm. It's like
Yeah, if we're probably wrong then.
it's not Balky. No.
Banksy?
Taco Booth.
We shall do the dance.
You guys can check out my new podcast that's coming.
Oh, God.
I would need to promote it here. Talking Perfect
did you
Stranger
not?
Things.
Funny thing is, he's not joking.
It's launching October 1st.
God, I know his name. It's oh, I can't remember his name. It's killing me. I think it might start with an A, but I'm wrong. We're just gonna go with Andre.
So like we said, we didn't think this was necessarily right, but it's a director that goes by one name. He directed Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle.
Jesus.
The first one too.
Yeah, a little bit of the OC, if I believe. It's
Yeah.
Mick G.
Unfortunately, neither one of you got that
Dang.
right. The director's name is Tarsum,
Oh yeah.
or Tarsum Singh
Singh.
is his real last name. He is from India and was the director of REM's "Losing My Religion" music video. The Fall, the movie that he directed, is one of my absolute favorite movies. It is so lush and so beautiful,
Nice.
and they filmed it in like 17 different countries.
Yeah. Just to clarify once again, we did not think it was Mick G.
I kind of thought it was Mick G.
Okay, question number 4. First conceptualized in the 19th century, this is a term for delusions or hallucinations shared by a couple, which is from the French for madness of two. Name that disorder.
There is a movie with Jennifer Aniston and Clive Owen where she does suffer from this, so we'll go with that.
Say Jennifer Aniston, Clive
Oh,
Owen.
I'm sorry. No, that's Derailed. My bad. I don't know what. I think of a different movie.
Sliding Doors.
Not Sliding Doors, but good reference. We're locked in, by the way.
So I'm thinking of things that start with by or D.
What is two? Or is that do?
Duplicity.
Sure. Locked in.
Jeff also said.
Wait, that's what we wrote. We wrote duplicity.
Wow. That's you guys all have this madness. You have this madness. It's called folie à deux.
Oh, folie à deux. Oh, that's
Folie à deux.
that's
The
a
same
Fall Boy.
syndrome
Fall Boy.
shared by more than two
Yes.
people, like you guys, might be called folie à trois, folie à quatre,
That's
might
what we
be
got.
quatre, folie en famille, family madness, or even folie à plusieurs.
She doesn't
I'm
speak
a bad
French very
French.
well.
That's a pretty good
I'm
accent.
Italian only.
Good thing we have a call-in
what is it,
guest,
folie à-
Audrey Tateau. Please correct their French. Oh, no.
Yes, yeah. If she can call in, I would be happy to be corrected on my French. Also, apparently, Folie à Deux is a Fall Out Boy album,
Yeah.
which our engineer
Oh,
here
God.
pointed out to us.
Man,
We were
how did
just-
you not get
We were
that?
just talking.
That is
about.
the last great Fall Out Boy album.
Oh, great!
my
is-
opinion.
Great is exaggerated.
No, I said the last great. I loved it.
Our engineer says Save Rock and Roll is great, and he vehemently disagrees with you on your idea that Folie à Deux is the last
We'll have to
great album
We'll have
from
to have it out.
Fall Out Boy.
Well, the engineer can take my opinion in that there is no good Fall Out Boy album.
I'm with you.
I'm
man.
with you.
I'm with you. All right, here we go. Question number 5. Don't think too hard. What is the name of the mascot for the Minnesota Vikings?
So right away, your mind wants to go to Viking,
Yeah.
right? It's
That's-
not like
that's
Vinny
definitely
Viking,
not thinking too hard.
right?
He's Vinny Viking.
What's the name of the thing they do when they go like shrumpf, shrimpf, whatever when they clap? What's
I
it
don't
called?
clapping?
Yes.
The whole crowd does it when they're trying to pump themselves up. They go like
Slap
shrimp.
hands.
I forget
Shrimp,
what it is.
very big in Minnesota, by the way.
It's got to be a Viking, right? It's not like Thor or
I would
anything.
think.
He's not a Viking.
What's his name?
Oh man, Minnesota. Vinny, I don't know.
It's
Victor.
obviously a Viking.
Well, who's a famous Viking? Eric?
Yeah, that's one of them. Or Leaf.
Leaf Eric? Leaf?
Leaf Erikson or Eric the Red. Those are both
Let's go
Vikings.
Leaf.
I'm descended from Eric the Red, apparently.
We'll go say Leaf the Viking.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's named after Leif Erikson, and he's Eric the Viking.
You're both wrong. I'm so sorry.
Ah,
His name is Victor the Viking.
Oh,
doesn't
I
go on my
did put
joke.
Vic the Viking.
Yeah.
And apparently the thing that they clap, according to our engineer, is Skol, S-K-O-L. Not shrimp, but you were very close. Apparently the mascot used to be Ragnar, who was a real live man who dressed like a Viking until 2015, when the guy who played him was asking for $15,000 a game to be Ragnar.
Wow.
And the Vikings were like, no thanks, we'll get a dummy in a big mascot suit.
Yeah, they
So
already
as
did.
a former mascot, Neal,
Yeah.
is $15,000 per game fair commish?
well, I'll just say this, and it's not really a statement. I guess the whole show can do it, but if he's gonna ask for $15,000, they should at least pay the cheerleaders a living wage. That's what I would say.
I was
Thank
just,
Sounds
you,
good to me.
Neal.
Yeah.
I was
You
just
know
gonna
what?
say.
Oh, thank you.
Question number 6. Almost every culture has its own style of dumpling. The Italians have ravioli, the Polish pierogies, and the Chinese have bao. What is the Japanese style of dumpling?
We're locked in.
Finally, your love of Japan comes in
Yes.
handy.
What'd you have for dinner tonight, Neal?
I had sushi. Oh yeah, we're in.
We are going with gyoza.
We also said gyoza, also known as pot stickers over the pond
I
here.
thought you wrote Godzilla.
No, I didn't. It's gyoza.
Godzilla, yes. Godzilla is a famous
Neil's handwriting is not
Meat-filled.
great. So
sack. Gyoza is the answer. We also accepted pot stickers. They're delicious, and they're usually steamed or fried and often filled with minced pork. So points for both.
From
on the
Milan
big
to
board.
Minsk.
Minced.
Okay, question number 7. Within 10, how many moons does the planet Jupiter have?
No, we're locked in over here.
As are we?
Yeah. Oh, we're locked in with 30.
Okay.
I think Saturn has somewhere in the 60s. Surprisingly, like Jupiter has less because even though it's a larger body, but it's got big moons, so they think a lot of them combined. So we said, I think 58. I think it's close.
I'm so sorry. You're both incorrect.
Oh.
The answer is 79.
Oh.
There are 79 known moons of Jupiter. The Galilean moons are, say it with me, Jeff, Io, Europa,
Enceladus
Ganymede,
and
Callisto.
Oh, Callisto, that's right. Enceladus
Yeah,
is
that's it.
Saturn.
Good job. You're just like right in with me. Question number 8. Soon to air its 37th season, this wildly popular U.S. television show has had a different subtitle for every season. Can you name this program that has graced our screens with such gems as Heroes versus Villains and Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers?
I think we're locked in.
We're locked in.
Okay, great.
37.
So it
seasons.
started sometime like 1981. What would?
Thundercats.
Am I?
It's a. Oh
No,
God.
he's right.
Yeah, that's
Mike-
right.
I'm in my 30s.
You're-
You, Jeff.
over
He's
it.
right.
I wasn't questioning the math.
Triviality
It is
late night.
falling
I just-
apart over there.
Felt old.
Thundercats.
It's secretly still been on the whole
Thundercats
time.
are no.
81.
It's it's wildly popular.
Wildly popular.
By the way, I remembered the name of the monkey in Dexter's lab. It's Monkey.
Thank you.
Let's say Thundercats.
Thundercats ho.
I was trying to think of it, and I completely forgot this show had this many seasons and still does. And Jeff wrote it down. I'm pretty sure we're right, but
Yeah,
I'll
I
let
think
Jeff
it's
take it.
Survivor.
It is Survivor.
It is Survivor.
That makes so much sense.
But they do like 5 a year, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Their 37th season is about to air, and it is called Survivor: David versus Goliath. Okay, question number 9. Here we go. The incomparable and heavenly Bette Midler has spent over 40 years in the entertainment biz, with 14 studio albums and 2 Tony Awards, one of which she just won this year for her turn as the titular Dolly in Hello, Dolly. What is Ms. Midler's nickname, which was also the title of her debut album?
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
Oh, there you go.
Let's say her first album was Hocus Pocus, and that was her nickname too.
Fair enough.
We're just gonna say bet.
Disappointing, right?
It's all right. I'll get over it. The answer is the Divine Miss M. She started out singing in gay bathhouses in New York City, and the rest is history. She's also amazing on Twitter.
Yeah, she is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, she's very funny. Question number 10. While he's written what seems like thousands of books in varying degrees of quality, James Patterson's most famous character appears in 27 of them, along with a couple of movies. Who is this character?
Finally,
Got it?
we're in.
Is this Jack Ryan?
No,
No.
that's Tom
Tom
Clancy.
Clancy.
Nah.
I think it's Alex Cross.
You're not
Oh,
looking.
yeah.
Morgan Freeman, Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Kiss the
Alex
gir-
Cross.
Kiss the girls.
Kiss the girls.
Yeah, Alex Cross. Yeah.
Yep, the answer is Alex Cross, because Patterson loves to do plays on words for the titles. Okay.
So cool.
So, how we doing on scores, boys?
It's like it hasn't really moved that much. So it's team.
Yeah, but what's the score?
It's Team Fanatics 105. Team Getty. I don't know. Gritty. Sorry. Team Gritty 110.
Team Gritty Lee.
5 point difference here. It's
Very
an
close.
yeah, very close.
All right. So for your final round, this is your wager in 0 to 30 points on each category. Right?
Correct.
All
Absolutely.
right. Here are your categories. Candy is dandy. Then food that can kill you. Then cry me a river.
Justin Timberlake.
Followed by Sissy That Walk. And then Know Your Rights.
All right. Our wagers are locked in.
Same.
Beautiful.
All right. Category 1. Candy is dandy. A Harvey Wallbanger is a delightfully named cocktail made with vodka, Galliano, and what refreshing mixer?
Food that can kill you. You might ask Agatha Christie. Drupes such as apples, peaches, plums, and apricots all contain amygdalin, which produces what common poison in the human body?
Category 3. Cry Me a River. If you know this, you might do a little happy dance. 2 African national capitals are separated by this second longest river in Africa, which is also the world's deepest river. And it's also the only major river to cross the equator twice. Name it.
Okay, Sissy That Walk. John Waters' muse and official filthiest person alive, drag performer Harris Glenn Milstead was best known by what name?
And then Know Your Rights. Which constitutional amendment, part of the Bill of Rights, protects the right to a fair and speedy public trial by jury? This amendment also includes a pack of other liberties, including the rights to be notified of the accusations, to confront the accuser, to obtain witnesses, and to retain counsel.
All of our answers are locked in.
All right, first question. Candy is dandy. A Harvey Wallbanger is a delightfully named cocktail made with vodka, Galliano, and what refreshing mixer?
We kind of talked back and forth. We don't really know different alcohols and how they're made, drinks and stuff like that. We thought that the drink was orange colored, but we thought maybe that was the Galliano. We don't know what that is, and we said refreshing. We just thought Sprite, which is probably incorrect, but we wrote Sprite.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either, but I thought it was lemonade.
Okay, the answer is orange juice.
It was orange.
Yeah, it was orange. By the way, in CB radio slang, a Harvey Wallbanger is the lingo for a drunk driver, specifically one who continually drifts across the road to one shoulder and back.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Food that can kill you. You might ask Agatha Christie. Drupes such as apples, peaches, plums, and apricots all contain amygdalin, which produces what common poison in the human body?
We wagered 5 on this one. We wagered 15 on the last one, by the way. We just said cyanide.
Yeah, we wagered 30 on the last one. We wagered 30 on this one, and we said arsenic.
The answer is cyanide. Apple seeds have the lowest amount, and apricots have the highest, and it has been used as a quote-unquote cancer cure since the 1950s. Spoiler alert, it does not cure cancer.
And bananas contain radiation, which is why no fruits and vegetables.
Just to be safe.
That's very smart.
Question 3, Crimea River. If you know this, you might do a little happy dance. 2 African national capitals are separated by this second longest river in Africa, which is also the world's deepest river. And it's also the only major river to cross the equator twice. Name it.
So we wagered 20 on this one, figuring Crimea River was either Justin Timberlake for Neal or a river for me. I got my river question. That's the Congo River.
Mm-hmm. I can't think of a happier dance than a little Congo, so we said Congo.
It is the Congo.
Oakland 5 for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With measured depths in excess of 720 feet, that's like 4 Niagara Falls stacked on top of one another.
All right, here we go. Sissy that walk. John Waters' muse and official filthiest person alive, drag performer Harris Glenn Milstead was best known by what name?
We wagered 5. This was, definitely his
Oakland
muse.
5, please.
Oakland 5, thank you. He's definitely his muse, and this would be Divine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we wagered 5 as well and had nothing. So,
yep.
The answer is Divine. He was made famous from the film Pink Flamingos, which you actually ironically mentioned earlier in this episode.
And the last one, Know Your Rights. Which constitutional amendment, part of the Bill of Rights, protects the right to a fair and speedy public trial by jury? This amendment also includes a pack of other liberties, including the rights to be notified of the accusations, to confront the accuser, to obtain witnesses, and to retain counsel.
So we wagered another Oakland 5 on this one. Neal and I couldn't really remember it offhand, but I know for a fact that the 10th amendment, the last one of the Bill of Rights, they just jammed a bunch of crap in there, so we figured maybe it was the 10th amendment.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. We wagered the Oakland 5 as well. I got through 5. I know the first 5, and I didn't know the 6th, so I thought, hey, maybe it's the 6th, so we said the 6th amendment.
The answer is the 6th Amendment.
All right.
Well done.
It's a big 10-point swing.
Yeah, using my paralegal studies knowledge.
So it looks like despite a gritty game, we ended up with, 55 points?
Yeah, 55.
And you're at 115?
That is correct.
You're the cream of the crop.
Yeah, no, I'm living in a nightmare, and I am the cream.
Congratulations.
Luckily, we bet conservatively, and Jeff and I actually do listen to the show, so we knew a lot of those answers, except Harvey Wallbanger, because I don't drink. So
That's what I'm talking about.
but no, thank you very much for
Just throwing us under the wheel there.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. Thank you for hosting this awesome game. You both are amazing, and your show is amazing. And then everyone can find you at Misinformation Podcasts anywhere that podcasts are heard.
Anywhere good
Exactly.
podcasts are heard.
Yes.
And you can hit us up at our website, www.misinfopod.com.
missinfopod.com.
Yep.
Any last words for our listeners or any fun anecdotes here?
I'm getting married next month.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. He's
awesome.
a real man and everything.
Ooh.
Hey, how about that?
It's weird that you have to specify that.
I know, isn't that strange?
Well, we'll make sure to write the wedding announcement.
There's not any rom-coms about podcasters yet, so that occupation is
Not
still
yet.
available.
No, that's
God.
good because it's very hot right now.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, let's
Yeah.
just
Get on
say,
that.
as someone in the business, it's in development. All right. Well, thank you very much to Julie and Lauren from the Misinformation Podcast for joining us today. Please check out their show. It's one of our favorites. And for everyone who emailed us about the show and how much they love it, keep sending those emails, and then we're just going to start forwarding it to them, just because so they can read
Please
it.
do. That'd be great.
But yeah, we just wanted to say thank you very much for hosting that wonderful game. We'll have you back again for Ken, Matt, Jeff, Julia, and Lauren, and for the voodoo doll in my pill that makes them come on the show every time. My name is Neal, and that was Triviality.
Starting goalie Marco Belcher. Call him Belchy. He's from Regina.
Regina?
He drinks a lot of hand sanitizer.
What's so funny, giggly bits?
We have your mama right here.
Oh, yes.
Look at this beautiful smile.
There she is.
Say hello.
Chernobyl. I'm on your team. Does anybody else see this?
The woman.
Your turn. I love you, mama.
You might want to wash it before you put on, huh?
Hi, I'm Doug Ladd. 2 rules, man. Stay away from my Percocets. And do you have any Percocets, man? All right.